Hello and welcome to today's webinar, What's New in Sitefinity DX 14.3. My name is Jordan Barrett and I'm in marketing here at Progress. Now I'm going to turn it over to today's presenter, Alex Shumarsky and Jonathan Reed.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining today's presentation. My name is Alexander, Senior Product Marketing Manager. And together with Jonathan Reed, Senior Sales Engineer, we are going to talk about what's new in Sitefinity 14.3. So let's have a look at today's agenda. We'll cover some of the major enhancements that we introduced in the recent releases to help you get up to speed with Sitefinity before we deep dive into Sitefinity 14.3 and cover topics such as content management, multi-channel content delivery, system integration, security and compliance, Sitefinity Cloud, and more. We'll try to answer any questions you might have at the end of the presentation. So let's dive into the webcast. We're going to begin with a quick overview of Sitefinity. So Sitefinity DX is a digital experience platform delivering unmatched ease of use, customization, and extensibility to enable organizations of all sizes across verticals to build engaging, connected, and uniquely personalized digital experiences. Since the release of Sitefinity 14 in 2021, actually, we have continued to fold in new capabilities and refinements to the platform designed to improve composability, productivity, and scalability. I'm going to mention just a few of the major enhancements that we have recently introduced. Things like .NET 6, for example, support, or Chatbot integration, digital asset management integrations with Cloudinary and Frontify, tighter integration with Azure Cognitive Search, and more. And many of the enhancements were really designed with productivity and ease of use in mind to help improve the quality of life for both marketers and developers. So let's have a look at what's new in Sitefinity 14.3 and why you should upgrade or re-platform to Sitefinity DX. As I previously mentioned, we are going to talk about various aspects of digital experiences. And I will start with content creation and management as something that I can relate to and I do on a daily basis. Here is an example of a typical challenge that many marketers face: improving the customer journey, engagement, and conversions. This is also an example of how, by using different approaches, we have been able to improve the engagement on one of our pages that is really an important step in the user journey. As a result, we've been able to optimize the journey, the visitor engagement, and identify the next best action or step in the journey that we want our prospects to make. In all fairness, it took us some time, but the good news is that with Sitefinity 14 and especially Sitefinity 14.3, it is now much easier to jumpstart such project and quickly accelerate to the desired outcome. Here's a list of built-in capabilities that can help you improve the engagement and the odds of converting visitors and prospects and turn them into customers. Let's quickly highlight some of the capabilities. Attribution, for example, gives you the visibility over the relative importance of the page in the customer journey. Personalization, because, well, more and more people expect uniquely personalized experience. That's the truth. AI-driven content recommendations. This is a new capability that we are introducing with Sitefinity 14.3 to help you automatically identify the best next action for your customers and to really nudge them towards the desired outcome. A/B testing, so you can test your hypothesis. Don't do major changes to your website until you put them to the test, so that way you will ensure a positive outcome of those improvements. Site search and chatbots to ensure better self-service and content discovery. And finally, keeping your content evergreen and making sure that your pages are always up to date. That's why I left the outdated content notifications to the bottom of this list, but it's an important addition to the list of capabilities that we've introduced with Sitefinity 14.3, and it's one of the things that we are going to demo in a couple of minutes. So let's review some of these capabilities in details and see them in action. So I'm going to start with section presets. One way to improve the engagement or to go to market faster or to create a landing page, a marketing page, a product page, a campaign page is obviously to be able to leverage the ability to quickly change the layout, reorganize the page, maybe try new things, And we've been listening to our customers, and we figured out that as a developers and marketers, obviously, you want to be able to quickly repurpose existing layouts across pages and websites. I've been into the same position where I wanted to be able to grab something from a page I like and quickly place it on something I'm working on, therefore reducing my therefore improving my productivity and reducing maintenance, or never going to the IT folks for help. So creating the presets that can be later used by marketing is something that every marketer and developer will really appreciate. So we're going to demo this particular enhancements because this is a really important step in the development of the platform that will enable you not only to improve your productivity, but take the way you manage and create content to a next level. So we're going to see a demo of it in a second. I know that Jonathan is getting ready to show this in action. Briefly spoke about keeping content fresh and evergreen, and there's a reason why I want to keep it fresh and evergreen. Not only because Google loves it, but because your audience will also appreciate it. Meaning, you can always benefit from highlighting the latest and greatest content that you've been working on, since a lot of the content, according to some research out there, seems to get hidden and contributes little to your conversions and the overall UX journey. So with Sitefinity, you now have the ability to set reminders to revisit specific pages or content items, and in order to help you keep your website relevant and engaging. So set the reminders, configure the service, and one of the ways to use these particular capabilities, you will find it in the backend, where you'll be able to filter by outdate, the filter content by state, and the filtering in the backend really gives you the bird's eye of anything that needs your attention, helping you quickly identify important pages. They might benefit from a bit of updating. So this is something that really can serve as a productivity booster and can help you keep up to date with your content strategy. So here's another important thing that I would like to mention. It's a tiny improvement from the sense, because it's just like maybe like a tiny enhancement. But it's huge for me because this is an improvement that can save you a lot of time every time you're creating content. This new capability that we're introducing with Sitefinity 14.3 is an easy way to apply style to links without HTML knowledge. And it's a great addition to the list of capabilities simply because it enables marketers to turn boring links into compelling CTAs. So using this CSS class selector. But the added benefit is also that it can help ensure consistency throughout the website. And they don't have to tweak the HTML code, potentially breaking something. So there you have it. 3 exciting capabilities that build on top of what is already a very powerful, easy to use platform, and they can take your content creation and content management to the next level. And I rushed through those slides so we have enough time to see a demo. So Jonathan, let's see these capabilities in action.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. So as we'll start, we'll take a look at building some pages and reusing a lot of information, as Alex alluded to during his demonstration. So let me go ahead and share a screen here. So as we use section presets or even define section presets, we can take a look at that here in a simple example. So I, as a marketer, author, or editor, I need to create a new landing page, whether this landing page is for some type of pay-per-click or it's for, just an internal type of scenario where you're promoting a product, a service, whatever it is, it might be. So let's, get a coupon. And again, this page will be of a landing of sort where we'll easily define some content. We use a particular template. This one will be our landing page template. Pretty simplistic template, just a header and footer. Now we'll go ahead and start to define content. Now, being a landing page, I probably want a beautiful graphic or something along those lines across the top. So let's begin defining some of those things. We'll set a background image. And as I'm doing this type of process, I start to think that, this is something I can often use across many different types of pages. So after we really define this particular section, we're going to go ahead and make it reusable. And this is really where the power of section presets can come into play. So let me just get a couple more things dropped into this particular section here. Maybe we actually even want to break it down into a couple columns. I want to put some content over here on the right-hand side. So we'll go ahead and use a content block here. Again, nothing very surprising here, but again, the benefit of building all this out, we'll just call it a heading here, is the reuse of this across many different pages. And it really just becomes a copy and a predefined section of information. All right, so I think we're pretty good to go there. We can actually go here and we can now make this reusable. So we're going to go ahead and create a section preset. We'll be able to give it a name and then reuse it across many pages. Also take note, it's taking a screenshot of exactly what I've set up for this particular case. So let's just call this, page banner preset or something along these lines. So now every time we go and create a page, if we go under our sections and layouts area, we'll have an area to define or reuse our predefined section presets. I think I want to go ahead and add one more thing in here, and that's going to be a landing page, right? So I've already predefined a section. It's already got a form layout on it, and we can easily, again, have a predefined things. I've already got my coupon email components on here. So again, reusing information quickly and easily. I might then just really quickly go ahead and identify a little bit of content to go into this particular page. So as you create a section preset here, the great thing is it's a brand new copy of it. So you can go in, you can modify content, and you can do exactly what you want. Differs just a little bit from a page template where it's pretty locked down. So we're just going to add a little bit more content in here with the typical lorem ipsum to make things look great. And then we might go ahead and take a preview. Defining section presets and previewing components, very easy, straightforward. So again, now I can take these components, I can reuse them without having to deal with restructuring content and information. Let's go ahead and publish this page. And as Alex mentioned, keeping content fresh is of the utmost important in this day and age, especially with all the search engines out there, taking into account when content is being created. So now that I've created this particular page, I want to go ahead and set an outdated operation. Now, by default, because I've turned on content outdateness, if you will, I can go ahead and set different parameters per page if I'd like. So maybe after 90 days, this page is considered stale or time to refresh it, or maybe after 30 days, or there are some of those types of pages which you just may never choose to need to refresh. You can opt them out completely. So I'm going to say after 30 days, this page is going to be outdated. I can also take a peek and see what else might be outdated. So at this point, I have 0 content outdated in my system. Congratulations for me. I did that pretty well. But we now have some new filters in here, and there is a setup. Even content items can be set for outdatedness, if you will, where you can opt in different types of content like news, blog post, or any content type there is. Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now, it's amazing to see you demoing stuff. Let's switch gears and talk about multi-channel content delivery. And we have grouped several new capabilities under this topic, and the first on the list is search. Now, search has become a critical component of every digital experience. Sitefinity customers can deliver rich, customizable, AI-driven personalized search experience to end users at scale, thanks to a number of available partner and third-party integrations and out-of-the-box capabilities, and we'll showcase those in a minute. But the goal is to shorten the path to conversion by improving the content discovery experience. Now, conversion could be anything from buying something to subscribing to a service or a newsletter, or just reaching that point where visitors have become super fans. So here's an example of a great user experience developed by American Eagle, one of our partners. for one of their customers, RDO Equipment. And they are leveraging Sitefinity integration with HawkSearch, one of the available integrations, to elevate the search experience and deliver things like autocomplete, full text search, and faceted navigation. And you've been doing some shopping lately, you most likely have benefited from this faceted navigation to drill down and easily find what you've been looking for. So with Sitefinity 14.3, faceted navigation is supported out of the box for projects that integrate with Elasticsearch and Azure Cognitive Search. And creating a faceted search experience is a simple 3-step process that involves defining the faceted fields you want to index. In this particular case, it's authors and tags, and then configuring the look and feel to, say, highlight numbers or the sorting, and just so you can tweak the experience the way you want it to be. And the last step is just publishing the page itself and see the end result. And again, Jonathan is going to demo how easy it is. And I know how easy it is because I've seen him doing it previously. But honestly, I've tried building a faceted experience back in the days when I used to be a web developer, and it took me hours. Now we are going to do it in a minute or so. Jonathan, off to you.
Thanks, Alex. So as Alex mentioned, we have a 3-step process to enabling search. First, obviously, is defining the search itself. Not much has changed there, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at one of my search index here, all site, all content. But what has changed is in this configuration screen, a couple new features. One, adding the field name that you want to search. So these could be custom fields that you've added to any of your content types. They could be tags, categories, or even your own classifications, as we'll identify here. The next option is, as you add a field to be indexed, you might also want it to be facetable. So as you can see here, I've added a number of different fields. Some of them are taxonomies, flat or hierarchical, but some of them are just text fields, as you might see. So hours of operation. So we have a locations content type, is just a simple text field. So once you've configured these and run your search index, the next step will be heading on over to a page and defining those particular widgets. So we'll go to our search page here. Now we'll need a results widget, and we'll also need a search facets widget as well. So as we take a look at the results widget, you will see no real major surprises here. Just make sure whichever fields that you are trying to search in, you've included them in the advanced settings and in the either highlighted fields or at least the search fields area. The next step is, let's go ahead and then define the facets. So it's going to pull in all those facets that you've predefined on your index on the previous screen. And then you get to order them by, whatever you want at the top, or here it's set manually. So maybe for me, maybe the hours of operations are more important, and amenities. These are things on my locations. I'm trying to get people there anyhow. You can collapse the list, and you can also, of course, define different particular templates as well. So we made a quick change there. Let's go ahead and publish that. Now, as we head on over here to the front end, in all my infinite creativity here, I'm going to search for the term test. And as we do so, we'll now go ahead and see our search facets down the left-hand side. As mentioned, some of these are custom fields, some are out of the box things like tags and categories. And now we can begin our search process. Now these are across all the different types of content. So maybe I start to filter by the franchise category. As you'll note, dynamically, these search options have changed now. So whatever is left in the results, we can continue to filter by those. But yeah, maybe I am looking for a restaurant, and maybe I want to know about one that's open Monday through Friday. And as you might guess, it's called Test. I did very well there. Thank you. So again, you can easily quickly define different facets to quickly organize and sort through the mass amounts of content and information you may have on your site. Alex, back to you.
Jonathan, thank you very much. You again made it look so easy. Thanks for this demo. The key takeaway is that search is an important part of the customer journey, and Sitefinity gives you the leverage to include powerful search capabilities into your project. Multiple partner integrations are available from Cluedo, Hawk Search, as well as out-of-the-box capabilities like autocomplete, full text search, scoring profiles, faceted navigation. These capabilities are really there to help you cover almost every use case and get to market faster. So have a look at this grid. It's also available on our website, and you can find more information on our dedicated page that covers the site search integrations topic. So the next step on our customer journey is chatbots. Now, if your organization is looking to introduce or improve self-service across the company, reduce call center hit rates, improve operational efficiency, and repurpose existing content in order to improve engagement with your visitors or customers and provide them with the information they're looking for, NativeChat has the answers. So as a developer, you want to be able to quickly tap into a powerful system and tweak it and train it so it continues to save you time down the road. But as a marketer, your end goal would be to delight your visitors by opening modern communication channels. And obviously across the organization, you will want to deflect support requests to increase the customer satisfaction, all those boardroom metrics that you keep hearing about. So let's have a look at one of the enhancements that we've introduced with Sitefinity 14.3. So with the most recent release, you can now leverage NativeChat integration to answer frequently asked questions that your visitors might have. There are a couple of steps in the process. Number one, you can easily manage the FAQs themselves in the Sitefinity backend and obviously repurpose the content in multiple places, creating, for example, dedicated FAQ pages or dedicated marketing pages that rank well on Google and generate a lot of organic traffic. But also you can put them into the context of chatbot experiences. And then you have the search for fallback that will look for additional content or resources in the backend or in the index data if an answer to a particular FAQ is not readily available. And the system will also offer low confidence suggestions in case it cannot find an exact match that has passed a specific configurable threshold. Last but not least, you can analyze past performance, assess understanding, and train the bot to get better at answering questions, saving you precious company resources. And this is one of the benefits in the long run. As the platform continues to get better, the chatbot is trained to answer all those questions. You are saving time, you're saving efforts, and you can focus on more important stuff. So Sitefinity is a true DXP platform. And out-of-the-box chatbot capabilities and integrations, just like the one that I've mentioned, makes it even better. And we have another demo. So Jonathan, let's see NativeChat in action.
Thanks, Alex. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those great new NativeChat features and how we can really, again, expand our content reach across many different channels. We're going to go ahead and use the chatbot. Now, quickly, we're going to show two features. First feature, as mentioned, is the low confidence recommendation. So as I engage with my chatbot, and again, getting this onto a page, which we won't necessarily go through today, as simple as dragging and dropping it and configuring it as such. Now, the content for this specific chatbot is derived directly from Sitefinity. We know you've all taken a lot of time and effort in categorizing your content or even structuring it in a way that you already have things like FAQs already displayed on your website. But how about we make it conversational? So, this person wants to know, is it easy? Well, is what easy? It actually was smart enough to figure out based on a question that this is the answer. Now, the question is actually much lengthier than that, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it in a minute. But maybe I wasn't quite that robust in my question. Here's some low confidence suggestions. So basically what it's done here at this particular point in time, it says, it was pretty close to this particular answer. Is this what you wanted? I could simply say yes. We already saw the answer, but I could say yes, and that's it. We actually track all of this within NativeChat as well, so you can help build and enrich your question and answer pairs. Or I could even have it search the site as well. Maybe I'm more interested in something like money. Didn't find anything at all in money, and now it's going to go ahead and say, all right, should I search your site? behind the scenes is actually using the Sitefinity APIs and the search index endpoint and go ahead and pulling out all of the responses that come back with money. I can quickly and easily navigate to one of these responses just based on the search capabilities. Let's take it one step further though, and let's go ahead and create some new content in here. Now, the initial setup for the chatbot is simple as going to our connectivity and setting up a service hook. When we set up a service hook for NativeChat, we simply just need to define what our question is. So in this case, it's the title of my particular type of content, and I have a field called answer. This is a custom content type or something built with the module builder. So once we define that, anytime I go and I create content now, it's going to automatically be available to my chatbot. So let's go ahead and create a new FAQ, and we'll say why is all right. So we got some content here, and don't mind my typing. And we'll go ahead and publish that. This is going to be sent directly off to NativeChat, and now we can go ahead and ask the question. As you saw here, we saw how easy it is to start the franchise. That was that other piece of content that I had just shown you through the chat experience. So let's go ahead and ask the chatbot, why is it great? Well, it didn't quite find it yet, but it found something pretty close, and because Alex said so. Well, of course. So again, using the content you've already taken the time and the effort to use and reusing it across many different types of channels. NativeChat is not only limited to just website publications, it's also available for many other different channels. Alex, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jonathan. Let me grab the screen share again. Before we transition to the next topic, let's talk about the availability of decoupled JavaScript renderers. Oh, it's a mouthful of words. There are two compelling reasons for considering the decoupled JS renderers and going the decoupled route. If you are a team leader, for example, who needs to diversify and make the most of the available technology and maximize the team's skill set in delivering solutions and experiences to your customer base, is number one, because it gives you the flexibility to leverage what you have in store as talent, but also, pick a technology of your choice for your front end. And number two, if you're looking for a headless solution where all the built-in publishing capabilities are available to content creators already, and again, I'm going to mention the ease of use of Sitefinity, including things like page building and personalization capabilities. So these are the two main compelling reasons. And Sitefinity DX has all the essential publishing tools of a traditional CMS with the added benefit of an API-first approach to content delivery. So if you really want to get on ahead of the game and level up and leverage a fully decoupled platform, the support for decoupled front ends built on popular JS frameworks could be the answer. You can start right away with ready-to-use widgets, widget and page level personalization, as well as support from us. And these renderers integrate with Sitefinity template editor, as well as other Progress products such as Can Do UI. So there you go. If you're into creating awesome stuff, have a look at the available renderers: .NET 6, Blazor, Angular, React, and improve your multi-channel content delivery initiatives. All right. Another topic on today's agenda is system integration. An important addition to the platform is the availability of webhooks in Sitefinity Insight. This capability can serve as foundation for building a customer data platform. So if you need to bridge, for example, siloed data and provide insight-driven experiences across diverse audiences and channels, webhook support in Sitefinity Insight will enable you to tap more data sources and take automation to the next level. This particular topic warrants a dedicated webinar, so we'll probably cover it in the coming weeks and months. We have also introduced support for GraphQL for those of our customers who want to tap into a data protocol that favors productivity and performance and want to leverage a fast, flexible, and developer-friendly to access to APIs. So if you're a fan of GraphQL, why not head to our blog section where you'll find a dedicated blog covering this particular topic. Exciting news for developers who are looking for GraphQL support in Sitefinity. There you go. Audience targeting and customer data management are now two critical components of every digital experience. And Sitefinity Insight is our customer data platform that is tightly integrated with Sitefinity. It enables you to create dynamic 360-degree customer profiles. It enables you to deliver uniquely personalized experiences and ultimately improve your marketing ROI. So if you're looking for a tool set that can help you capture every customer interaction across offline and online channels, for example, optimize campaign performance, identify opportunities and trends, and make data-driven decisions, have a look at Sitefinity Insight and start incorporating it into your daily routine to understand your audience and optimize your marketing ROI. I'm going to highlight one of the new additions to the robust set of Sitefinity Insight capabilities on this slide. It is the AI-driven content recommender. It can have a huge impact on your marketing initiatives and content management in two ways. Number one, it analyzes data to provide best next action that will lead to a positive outcome. And it can help increase engagement, content visibility, and help you, reduce manual page updates by removing any bias in selecting content for your audience. It will automatically identify and promote the exact content that influences pipeline generation, resonates with your customers' needs, and improves conversions. So by automating content selection and asset promotion, content creators can now focus on optimizing their content strategy and content lifecycle, which leads to improved operational efficiency. And we're going to demo this in a minute. But before that, improving the user experience is one of marketing's top priorities. It has always been, it will always be. And as a marketer, I can relate to that. I need to be able to quickly test new hypotheses before permanently changing the site's content, layout, design, or navigation. I'm a power Sitefinity user. I can change the entire website in seconds. But every time I come up with an idea, I put it to the test because I do not want to negatively impact the journey and risk the performance, the pipeline, the conversions, the overall user experience. So if you're in the same boat as me, with Sitefinity 14.3, you can now select a predefined segment of your audience to show a variation of your existing website content or structure, and leverage the data-driven insights to determine the next steps in your optimization roadmap without risking, negatively impacting the journey or the pipeline or existing performance. So by leveraging A/B testing, you can mitigate the risk of making changes that could potentially have a negative impact on the business performance. It's built in Sitefinity Insight. It's available to you. Just use it and thank me later. All right, moving on to another enhancement that I'm going to mention today, and it is the introduction of the script manager. Now, in this particular case, we'll talk about how using the script manager can help you ensure a smooth transition to Google Analytics 4. As an existing Sitefinity customer, you need to be prepared to address the potential challenges related to the upcoming deprecation of Google Universal Analytics. You probably are aware of this this process. If you want to learn more, there's a blog post and a webinar on our website. Have a look at those. But what you need to ensure is that no data is lost in the process of switching to GA4. So the built-in script manager in Sitefinity provides an easier, modern way of adding the needed scripts to support this transition. The scripts can be added to a single location and then can be inherited by all sites or can be specific to each site. So gives you a lot of flexibility. But the idea is that it gives you and ensures uninterrupted use of Google Analytics. So for more information, as I mentioned, have a look at the website, those two blog posts that will give you a sense of what you can expect and how to approach it. Let's put him into action and let's see how Jonathan will show us the benefit and the power of those capabilities in action. Jonathan, off to you.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and open a new incognito window here. And we're going to go ahead and navigate through our site and get some content recommendations here. So I have navigated to a site in incognito mode, and we are going to go through a journey. And in this particular journey, this person is going to show intent to a particular goal of ours, which happens to be filling out a franchise application. So during some of the steps that a user might take in this particular case, we're going to use the content recommendation tool, and we're going to give this user some recommendations as they look through some particular content. Now, the recommendations engine here, you see right here, you may also like, is really giving us the idea of what's the next best step that we see a large amount of visitors going through to complete a particular goal or opportunity. Okay, so as I navigate through these steps, it's going to maybe, again, give me additional steps that might aid me into completing a particular goal. Now, when we place the widget onto the page, it lets us know, or we decide what we should configure, what goal or conversion that we've defined in Sitefinity Insight to drive these particular recommendations. So obviously I'm reading content, I'm doing my thing. It's now saying maybe take a look at the company page. Within that company page, again, taking a look at the history about it, I'm looking to start a business. This is one of the steps that now thinks, well, it's time for the franchise application in this particular point in time. This will take me right to my goal in this particular case. I'll fill out the application. I'll, of course, submit it because that's what I'm here for. And we've now gotten a new recommended journey, again, based on machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all those magic words behind the scenes that make a good experience and help us as content authors and editors drive a particular experience. For our next show, as Alex mentioned, we are now able to drive our content through many different channels. So in this particular case here, we're going to go ahead and open up Postman, and we're going to take a brief look at GraphQL. I've already done one query. This is against the website you have here, but I want you to take note here to the identities here. I'm actually querying two different types of content within one particular request. Maybe I want to get a third type of item, and in this case, it's going to be blog post. For us developers in the house, as you see there, we're getting some nice IntelliSense. We've already fetched the schema from the endpoint itself. All right, so here's our original request. So I'm getting locations and a news item. Let's go ahead and send it off one more time. And now we're going to go ahead and retrieve 3 different types of content within a single request, thus enriching many different types of applications, mobile apps, single page apps, whatever it is you might want to do. And as a quick other little snippet, we do even have renderer examples in Angular and React now. So again, as we're continuing our journey to expand both technology-wise and, of course, goal-driven wise for marketers and authors, we're giving now new rich experience options. Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. I always enjoy watching Jonathan's demo. If you really want to get in touch with him, go to our website, sign up for a demo. He'll be more than happy to show you around. Another topic that we cannot skip is the topic about security and compliance. And there are quite a few updates that I would like to talk about. Let's highlight some of them. I'm going to start with 2 reports that are available to download from our website, the SOC 2 report and the HIPAA compliance reports. The Sitefinity family of products has been recently SOC 2 recertified and HIPAA certified. And we also have passed a security audit with flying colors. So if you're into security and this security is a concern and you have specific needs, have a look at those reports to learn more about the product capabilities as well as the security measures that are built into the product. In addition, with Sitefinity 14.3, we have updated the web security module, and the Sitefinity Cloud team has also introduced the availability of CM support or CM solution for all Sitefinity Cloud tiers, and we'll cover this in a second. We are in the process of updating several security-related documents on our website, and we'll gladly share them as they become available. But if you really want to stay up to date, the Sitefinity Cloud documentation outlines everything you need to know about how we protect your Sitefinity Cloud deployments. So if you're considering moving to the cloud, and security is a topic that is an important topic in your organization, Sitefinity Cloud could be a good solution. Just a quick screenshot and an update. We've introduced new HTTP security headers, as I mentioned, in the web security module, and that really give you the ability to make your Sitefinity website cross-origin isolated, as well as give you the ability to control where resources can be loaded from in the browser. So if you really want to tighten your security measures on your website, the web security module can help you do this. We've also introduced web security module public API for response headers whitelist, meaning that if you're developing specific modules, you can programmatically add domains to the content security policy and permission policy and alter the values of cross-origin headers while developing those modules. And this API works with any Sitefinity custom modules and static blob storage providers. More information is available in our release notes and the documentation. So speaking about Sitefinity Cloud, and I think I mentioned it several times already, the team has introduced many new refinements and several notable enhancements to the platform, and I'm going to highlight some of those before we wrap up the webinar and the webcast. I'm going to start with the security information and event management capabilities available to all tiers. And I think that I already mentioned those, but the Sitefinity Cloud now includes a security information and event management solution out of the box. And it's based on Microsoft Azure Sentinel and offers real-time monitoring and analysis of events, as well as tracking and logging of security data for compliance or auditing processes. So another reason to switch to Sitefinity Cloud. And more information can be found in several documentation articles available on our website. We have a blog post, but also there's extensive documentation on the topic. Another enhancement that the Sitefinity Cloud team has released is the availability of Azure Logic Apps. And Sitefinity Cloud now provides Azure Logic Apps for creating and running automated workflows that integrate your applications, services, and systems. And users can quickly develop scalable integration solutions that utilize the vast number of built-in integrations to third-party systems or services without writing a single code. So actually there's a theme there. Webhooks inside Sitefinity Insight, low-code integration, Azure Logic Apps, all those capabilities can really help you get to market faster and integrate with more systems and data sources without writing a single line of code. And last but not least, this is an important productivity enhancement, is the ability to sync back form data from production to authoring environment in deployments that utilize content pipeline to keep content staging and production in sync. We've also redesigned the tiers page, and we've made it easier to navigate and more informative. So if you're looking for a specific capability and whether it's available for a cloud tier that you're considering, have a look at the tiers page available on our website, and it will give you tooltips and just hints of how to use these specific capabilities or add-on. So with that in mind, what are the next steps? If you are considering an upgrade, your options are obviously to consult documentation, and we try to keep the documentation always up to date, but we will also be more than happy to receive feedback. Alternatively, Use the partner locator on our website or contact your existing progress partner to find the best possible way to move forward and to transform and run your digital experiences. And last but not least, you can get an application assessment directly from us. So there you go, 3 ways to keep your Sitefinity deployment up and running, so you can benefit from all those wonderful capabilities that we've folded in this release. Wow, we have made it to the end. Thanks for everyone who stayed with us for this presentation. Let's see if we have any questions that we can answer today. So Jordan, back to you.
Thank you, Alex and Jonathan, for your presentation. We had a lot of questions come in during the presentation, so we are going to go ahead and jump right in. We also have Peter Filipov and Catalina Babiva from our team joining us to help answer questions. So let's start off with the first one here. Does NativeChat or can NativeChat be personalized with custom business rules?
So I will answer that. NativeChat can be personalized. You can personalize the widget in the same fashion that you use to currently personalize your widgets in Sitefinity with the segments that you have created. Additionally, if you want to modify the conversation flow itself, you can pull different information from third-party services as long as they support REST. And for example, you can get info from a CRM and decide whether to skip a question or ask a question or have some sort of a personalized greeting to the customer. So in this essence, it can be personalized, yes.
Thank you, Catalina. And another one here for you. Regarding the search facets, how does it work in multilingual mode? Labels are translatable. Is it manual translation or can we use labels?
Yes, the labels can be translated. So because if you write price in English, it might not make sense to someone that is browsing the website on a different language. So they are translatable and you can translate them in the search facets widget in the different language version as you can translate other widget information.
Excellent, thank you. And Peter, a question here for you. What is the difference between use selection presets and use templates?
Hi, Jordan. Thank you for the question. Yeah, this is a good one. With the presets, actually, you can save a specific part of your page. For example, a section that has multiple widgets on it, and you can reuse it on any page. And this is just a copy of it. So, for example, if you go and let's say delete the preset in the future, all of those copies will stay there intact, and they just help you to maintain actually the whole same look and feel across pages, and it's very useful for marketers where they want to reuse different parts. And in a nutshell, it's not a reference where the preset when is deleted, for example, everything will disappear. It's just a copy to help you to speed up the page building process.
Excellent, thank you. Another question here, was the search that was shown built in or is it third party?
So the first one that we showed on the presentation was Hawk Search, so that's third party. And the other one that was on the demo itself that Jonathan showed was a built-in working with Azure Search.
Excellent, thank you for that answer there. Another one here, we are multi-tenant. Can we create chat groups so that only some users who are related to each other can communicate with each other?
So I'm not sure I understand the question, but as far as I understand it is whether two front-end users can chat to each other. If that's the case, NativeChat provides capability to build AI chatbots, so there is no such capabilities for two users to chat to each other on the front end as a discussion, for example. But if I misunderstood the question, please reach out and we can discuss the use case in more details.
Thank you, Catalina. A question here about the chatbot. Can the chatbot be trained to understand better so it returns results when we have entered part of the title and not exactly the same match? And is this easy to do?
Yes, that's a great question and a very common one. In general, the natural language processing algorithm can pick up different variations of the same sentence. So if there are slight changes, they will be picked up automatically due to the algorithm that is being used. But sometimes there are more substantial differences in the phrasing. And for such cases, you can go on the portal and add different variations to the phrase. So as something that Jonathan showed in the demo was how easy is it to open a store, for example. And you can go ahead in the portal and add the synonym phrasing, which would be how fast can I open my own place, or is it difficult to become a franchiser, which are very substantial differences when it comes to the language itself, but mean the same thing for the user. This is very easy to do because there is UI in NativeChat to do it, and content creators can do it in NativeChat.
Awesome, thank you. Are facets programmable? Let's say for personalization or programmatically pre-selecting of facets.
So again, I'm not sure if I understood the question. So if you have a case for search personalization that we didn't discuss here, please reach out and we can discuss it further. But if it goes to what facets are shown in different places, you define the fields to be facetable on the search level. So if you have search index level, so if you have a search index which is for your news articles, for example, you can add 10 of your custom fields to be facetable. And then on the widget level, you can go ahead and select which of those facets to be shown. So if you want to use the same index in different places and you want to have only a portion of the widgets on one page and another portion of the facets on the one page and another portion of the facets on the other page, so that you show relevant facets, you can do it because you can select in the widget which facets to show and which not.
Awesome, thank you, Kedi. A lot of questions coming in here. You now provide syncback for form responses for the authoring environment. Does that mean that the authoring environment, you will lose responses?
I think I can get that. No, it means that you can sync them back, but it doesn't mean that you lose them. Again, if we're not covering something, we can discuss it further, probably via support case, or reach out to us directly to see if there is anything happening with the form responses. And if actually you want to be using the form responses on the production environment itself, and if so, what's the use case, or you want to have them back on your editing environment, authoring environment.
Awesome, thank you for answering that. Another question here. Can integrate the chat with third-party applications to create tickets?
Yes, so this is part of, we have two main cases for the chatbot platform. One of them is building FAQ bots, where you have frequently asked questions and you get information, you answer them. And the other one we call guided task, which is a task chatbot. You're there to complete a task like book a demo or create a support ticket. So it is easy to capture information from the customer and then call an endpoint where you create a ticket based on the information that user has created in the chatbot, has provided in the chatbot.
Thank you. Another question here, can we use different CSS frameworks?
I can get this one. Can you repeat? Can we use different CSS frameworks? Is the question, right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. So we support this in MVC with those packages that we have, and we can provide additional information. For .NET Core, actually, this is something that is going to be released in 2 weeks time frame. So we're going to support packages. For example, if you want to use something like Foundation or Tailwind, that's totally doable. What we're going to do is we're going to use in .NET Core similar approach that we have in MVC, where we're going to provide the minimum package where people can start as a solid foundation to build on top of it. So all this is currently supported in MVC, and in 2 weeks will be supported in .NET Core in the same in the same fashion.
Awesome, thank you. Another question here, is content outdating available for custom content types?
I can get this question. If custom content type is the dynamic content types, which I suppose it is, yes, it is available.
Excellent. Can we upgrade directly from 13.3 to the 14.3 version?
I can get this one. Yes, absolutely. You can upgrade to this. We are providing the CLI tool, which can help you out to do this. And of course, you just need to follow the good practices that we have into the documentation, and you can test this out locally, of course, first before you go and upgrade your site on staging and production, just to see if there is any change that will appear. Currently, what we're seeing is that people are jumping between those type of versions without an issue. And of course, if you have written any type of custom code, again, please run your tests just in case to make sure that all of this it's okay. And if you have any questions in regards of API usage or something, please submit a support ticket, and we can provide additional information about the CLI tool, how you can use it, etc.
Excellent. And I think we have time for one or two more questions. Another question for you here, Peter. We are considering an upgrade to Sitefinity 14. Can you share the .NET roadmap, and what can we expect in the coming versions?
Yeah, that's a great question. Currently, I don't know whether the person read my blog post a month ago about what we are planning for 2023. We recently finished our PI planning for the next release next year in the first quarter. So I think it will take me a lot of time to elaborate, but a lot of good stuff is coming. I'm actually planning to release a new blog post with all the details, but just to give you a sense what we are working on, we're going to work on some improvements on the navigation tree that is coming into the page editor. There were a lot of requests for drag and drop functionalities and adding widgets to it, which will be available. Another big feature is actually being able to lock the layout, the template layout or sections, so no one will be able to drag and drop, to add widgets and drag and drop into them, which will, for example, if you have headers and footers and you don't want anyone to break your layout, and let's say add widgets into a specific section of the page, this will be available. We know that this has been requested for many years in MVC, and this will be available in .NET Core. Another big feature is the facets, in addition with some search ranges into this. Those functionalities will come along from MVC to .NET Core as well, so we can bridge if there is any gap between the technologies. What else? We are going also to provide some filtering functionalities, API filtering functionalities. For example, if you want to add some permissions or something, for example, a specific role node to be able to see specific widgets or use them into the selection screens from the page viewer. But again, I'm planning to publish a blog post with all the details and even some wireframes. So I'll be glad to talk with you guys and discuss what you like, what you need in addition, so we can deliver.
Thank you, Peter. And that is actually all of the time we have for questions today. If we didn't get to your question, we will follow up with you directly. Thank you again to our presenters, and thank you all for taking the time to join us on today's webinar. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.